Hello and welcome to Shooting the Bull. I am your host, Justin, as always, along with
Ross.
I'm Ariana.
And today we have a very special guest on the show today, Pixelated Apollo, who is that's right, who is a YouTuber who is known for playing games like Total War, Ultimate General, Medieval Kingdoms, and the Lord of the Rings one. What is that? Third Age, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. Third.
I enjoy watching these videos, and I'm not even quite sure how I stumbled upon it, but I
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fun to watching all these people have these big epic scale I guess it's because I've always been a military kind of battle strategy nerd, I guess. And so when I started watching them, I just could not believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, someone actually records these. This is so awesome. And I was like, and I enjoy watching it. Yeah. You know? But how you doing, man? How's your day been?
I've been great. How are you guys?
Pretty good. It was actually a pretty decent day around here. It was like the coldest weekend. Where are you at? What's the weather like?
I live in Orlando, so the weather
is...
Okay, well, the Raleigh area this weekend sucked.
It was averaging 31 degrees with the wind chills.
That's right. And then we were outside the entire time shooting a movie.
Filming 9 hours a day.
I was so cold. We had the hand warmers going on, not helping too much.
It's like your hands would burn, but then your ass would be freezing.
Yeah. Not helping too much.
You gotta keep the core warm. It's all with the core.
The core.
I'm telling you, you need one of these. These puffy down jackets by Calvin Klein. Not a sponsor, but oh my god.
You can take it from me, living the majority of my life up north. It's all about the core.
See, that's why he's wearing a vest. He's got that vest ready to go.
Well, today was really nice. It was like 60 degrees, but I put my Paul Bunyan costume on because I got ready for cold weather. And I was sweating most of the day because I was like, it's not.
You overcord.
I overcord. I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I overcord. So I was wondering. We have a show that we do on YouTube, but we're not YouTubers.
No.
But I was wondering, what is a typical day like when you wake up in the morning after you eat your pancakes? I mean, what is a typical day like?
Honestly, I think it depends on the YouTuber, but for me, I am so lazy. I am probably the laziest person you'll ever meet. I wake up whenever. I usually stay up really late watching something or, playing a game or something. And I'll wake up, I'll have eggs for breakfast, go for a walk just to clear my mind. And maybe I'll feel like recording right away, maybe not. And that's kind of what I got. We have a pretty boring life.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Except for maybe you. But when you play other games, do you play like other games, or do you only stick to the strategy? I mean, when you're not doing the strategy games, because I feel like it's like the gynecologist when he comes home. Does he really want to look at that all day? So when you have the opportunity, you're not doing it. Are you playing like other games or whatever? Or do you just stick to the strategy games?
So honestly, when I'm not, I hate to call YouTube work, but it's definitely different compared to playing games for fun when I'm playing Total War. So when I think of Total War, it's not something I play for fun. So when I do play games for fun, it's actually, I don't do that too often. It's like I get on, I play Total War, I make a video, and then sometimes I'll have free time. And I like to play for fun on Xbox and console games because you're hunched over, in the PC, and it's just so intense. And it's just, I want to be able to sit on my couch and just enjoy and just mindlessly play, not really get too into it. So I play Skyrim, RPG games.
Yeah, Skyrim is a great game.
Yeah.
That's a fun game.
I was actually that idiot. Who I got Skyrim way back when it came out on the PlayStation 3, and I lost the month of January.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, I just didn't. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm playing Skyrim naturally.
Yeah,
what a great game. But I was the idiot that when they re-released it for the PlayStation 4, I said, "I gotta get it right."
Uh-huh.
I still have my PlayStation 3. I still have that game in there for PlayStation 3. I don't know why I bought it again, but I did.
You're loyal fan base.
Worked out for me because you gave it to me.
Well, yeah, I gave it to you because she'd never played it before.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about Skyrim is, like, I was one of those Oblivion, like, smug kind of guys. Like, Oblivion's the best. Like, Skyrim's trash. So I, like, rushed through the main story, and I was like, this story sucks. And I sold it on eBay because I needed some money or something. I don't remember. It was so long ago. And then, like, months later, I was like, I feel like playing Skyrim. So I bought Skyrim through eBay just to get a copy. Like, a copy.
Who knows? And you might have even bought your same copy back.
No, that'd be crazy. Yeah. But then that was for the 360, and then I got a Xbox One, and then they came out with that special edition.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got to get those better graphics. So I bought it again. I don't know. Just weird.
My favorite game of all time is Fallout. Like, I love all those. Yeah. Fallout, I think, is... Do you like Fallout? Do you play on?
I actually never really got into Fallout. I was more of just the Elder Scrolls kind of guy.
It's a lot like it. I mean, I think
different setting.
Yeah,
same stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. But yeah, I like Fallout. We've been playing Resident Evil 7. That is scary.
Scary. I don't know if you're. I didn't really get into those games. I played a couple, but yeah.
That is good. Did you have any idea when you made your first video that it was going to get to the point is now where you've got all the subscribers and you do this every day? Did you have any idea, any inclination that was even going to happen? Was that the goal?
I don't want to say it was the goal. It was always in the back of my mind, like, oh, what if, like, this becomes like a I could live off of this, and I could do it for a living, and I grow to a decent size. But my more realistic self was just like, oh, let's just do it for fun and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then if you watch my first video, it's really bad, and
I need to go back and watch it. I haven't seen it probably.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. There's one point where I have like a voice crack. Mm-hmm. And I try to cover up and say like, oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm sick, and I'm like, that's so bad.
Yeah, you need to just like get to a point where you sort of own all the things that go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that. I remember thinking back to when I was in high school how embarrassed I would get at the weirdest things. And I'm like, God, I should have just been like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just own it. People are already making fun of me.
Heck yeah.
I remember my first time on the radio was an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
Like, I remember
the story.
Yeah, the song was going, and then that CD player had something wrong with it. We used to use 2 CD players. You put your music in, like, the 2 different CD players. So you play one track here, you queue up the second one here, and you play it. Well, the second CD player went there. So it was in the middle of an Aerosmith song, and it just stops. And I don't know what to do. It's dead air. So I come on and I'm like, well, that song's done.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You had another thing happen where there was like an extra bit after a long pause.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that at the end of Joe Walsh's Life's Been Good to Me So Far? Do you know that song?
No.
And look that
okay.
up. Good song. What do you mean it's okay?
It's okay that he doesn't know.
I still never heard
I was like,
so defensive.
Joe Walsh was an eagle, man. Anyway. So Joe Walsh, at the end of this song, Life's Been Good to Me So Far, it ends. And, you always just kind of go on to the next track and you just tune out.
Yeah.
There's actually a guy snoring at the end of that.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea. I let the song play because I just wanted to let the song run out. And I started talking my bit like, hey, that was Joe Walsh, Life's Been Good to Me So Far. And then all of a sudden you hear the snoring.
Yeah.
And I completely stopped.
Yeah. Because you got
and I was listening to it like, I was like, where is that coming from? Who is snoring? Totally threw me off the rest of the show. I didn't know. Oh my gosh. What do you like so much about strategy games?
I wouldn't even really call myself a gamer, quote unquote, because I play games, but I've only really played a select few, and most of the time I don't really enjoy the games that are coming out. But as a kid, I was always in the forests with like a wooden stick pretending to play battles, like the stereotypical kid. And I was always fascinated about, just history and, seeing like thousands of people come together just to brutally butcher each other. It's just like, this is, like, it's sad, but it's like surreal and like, go ahead.
I had that moment when I was at Antietam. If you ever go to Antietam, there's that road, that runs along, and at one point, there's this dirt road. Yes, and at one point, both armies were on either side of the fence shooting at one another. And if you see the road in person, you're like, how is that even happening?
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, both armies are like 4 to 5 feet apart shooting. What was that even like?
Well, like when you go further back to when it was just like swords and spears and stuff, and you've got like hundreds of people just crashing into each other, poking each other with this shit. It's like insane.
What is that even like? What kind of life do you have to live?
Well, the fact that like some obviously there's some who survived it. It's like, how do you go into that kind of situation and just keep coming out alive?
I mean, you're right. You had to have known, right, that you were going to die.
Well, depending on the time period, like, because chivalry, especially if you're a noble, I mean, nobody wants to die. Like, people fly, but no one wants to die. So if you're a noble, you'll be like, hey, I surrender, ransom me. You know?
Yeah.
So like, they always had that kind of thing, but that doesn't mean you're gonna live. But yeah, if you look at, like, medieval battles, when they actually fight in the front line, there's not a lot of people killing each other. It's more just, like, shield bashing. Mm-hmm. Really, most of the people die when one army runs away and then gets like mowed over by cav and archers and stuff. But I mean, to be alive in that time period and to be in a situation like that is just surreal to me, and I was fascinated about it. And also, when I was a kid and Lord of the Rings came out, and the Battle of Helm's Deep, and I still remember just little young version of me sitting in the movie theaters and just being so like fascinated by that, and just I guess that's kind of like I just am always a kid and I always want to play those battles and get that feeling.
That is so that's why I make films, was because when I was just a kid, I'm going to date myself a little bit, when I was just a kid, Jurassic Park, the first one came out, and I saw it in the theater. And ever since then, I have been fascinated by movies. So every time I watch Jurassic Park, I'm just like, dinosaurs.
Yeah, my brother was a big Jurassic Park fan. So.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Except for the two that came after that. Well, not I like Jurassic World was alright.
I like it, yeah.
I liked them.
I think it redeemed itself.
It's okay.
You know, it's interesting that Lord of the Rings didn't fear the battles. I remember, like I told you earlier, I'm a big Civil War guy. I love to learn about the Civil War. I love everything Civil War. What was it for me was I saw the movie Glory. Have you seen the movie Glory?
No, I haven't.
With Matthew Broderick? That's a good one. If you could find that movie, it's got Matthew Broderick and Denzel's in it and Morgan Freeman. It's about the 54th Massachusetts.
I think I've seen parts of it, but I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
Very good. But at the end of the movie, they charge Fort Wagner. And I remember watching this movie, like, I didn't know what Civil War was when I was very young. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, what is going on here? Why are these people running into this fort? This is clearly a stupid idea.
Yeah.
But that's what kind of prompted the like, what is this? I want to know more about this. And they're like, oh, that's the Civil War. Well, what is that, you say?
Right.
Civil War? So that's what.
Yeah, no, Civil War is definitely. I don't know if it's because I'm American and it's just intriguing to me, but a lot of my parents are from the North, and we moved to the South. And if we ever saw a rebel flag or something like that, you'd always hear the stereotypical Southern jokes, but the more, as I was raised in the South, I have this like Southern pride out of nowhere. It's like, I always like looked at the Confederates as these like rebel scum, but like if you look at like the culture and the history of it all, it's like really fascinating. There's like some parts that are like really cool, and seeing like a regiment from Georgia fight, and learning about specific regiments and stuff. It's just really fascinating.
I will agree. And the regiment that I reenacted, yes, I don't think I've ever said on the show before, I was Civil War reenactor for a while. I have kept that under wraps for a long time. But anyway,
can't say it back now.
But I had both uniforms, and still do have both uniforms hanging in the closet. But I did. We reenacted the 26th North Carolina, and if you are into history, that is a regiment you should read about, because they did some incredible things. The 26th North Carolina did. They did. Why are you laughing?
I'm thinking of
they did.
I'm thinking of that story though, of the dude who like was camping with you, and he like rolled over and farted into the fire. And he set the whole camp on fire.
We were at Bentonville. Have you ever heard of Bentonville? We were at Bentonville. It was the last major battle in the Civil War, really. really been little.
Yeah.
So it was in the last year. So we're there doing that, and we're camping on the grounds, and so we had the fire going on, and this dude, I don't know what he had eaten, but he slept right next to the fire, because it is a good idea. It was really cold, so he's sleeping. Well, he just lets one go, and it just, and it catches the straw.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's like, fire in the can! Fire in the can!
And then whenever, I think you told me at the end, when everyone was trying to figure out what was going on, the dude came up all like shameful, and he was like, farted.
Yeah, he did. We get the damn thing put out, and it's like, all right, well, what happened? He comes up, and he's like, I farted. It was the guns on his drink.
Yeah.
Was that when you were on the Confederate side?
Yes. I farted.
Gosh dang it.
I always did like playing the federal side more, because it was
But you knew you were going to win in the end.
So like it was always different. It's so different when you play that, because it was always like when they were really strict, like when you would play federal, like about military etiquette and like how you marched and everything. So it was like, yeah, I'm a part of the U.S. Army at the time. But when you played as like a rebel, like the lines were all disorganized. No one gave a shit where you were going. You know what I mean? But you always got the biggest cheers when you were when you would come in as a rebel. Like the crowd is behind you. Like you'd come in as the federal. It didn't matter. Like people are just against it already. They're like, it's like, well, we're fighting for the cause here. And they're like, fuck the cause.
Yeah. I went to that weird like great cemetery walk.
Yeah.
Oh
You know
yeah,
that?
we were at what's the big one in Raleigh?
It's like where a bunch of Confederates are buried.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Sure.
Well, anyway.
I'll think of it. It'll come to me.
They were doing like reenactments and
Oakwood.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And they were doing reenactments, and it was so skewed, like fuck the North.
Yeah, it really was.
And I was like from the North. I was like,
it was basically like, our people are dying. We don't have enough hospitals. It's the North's fault.
Yeah,
dude. I had a ton of fun doing that though, because we used to do these things called.
Your captain was there doing one of the spiels.
We used to do these things called tacticals, where when the crowds went away, we would go out in the woods and play.
Yeah.
And so like the generals of the group, who were reenacting the generals and the commanding officers, they would get together and they would map out a scenario, but they wouldn't tell us what was going on. Mm-hmm. So they wouldn't tell the company commanders or any of those what was going on. So they get together and the other team goes out and hides somewhere, and they've got something they're trying to keep.
Yeah.
Like they're going to protect this hill, or they're going to protect this patch of land, or whatever they're going to do. And they have like an hour or two to go and do it. Meanwhile, we are getting ready to attack this position, but we don't know what's going on. So the general will come down, it'll work just like the chain of command. Yeah. And at a lot of times, since I was just a foot soldier, because I was in high school, so I couldn't hold rank. So I would have no clue what was going on. And it was a lot of fun for me, because I imagine that's what it's like being a soldier. You don't know the entire plan when you're in the regiment, so it was fun. We just go like, I remember this one time we were walking down this road, and I didn't know we were the flanking team. And so we're coming down this road, and they had purposely done these tactical withdrawals, allowing the Federals to get up to where we were. And all of a sudden, they told us to just go. And we come running out of the woods, right at the side of the Federal line, and to see they all turned and looked at us, and the look on their face was something else. And they told us to go, and I actually ran out and I grabbed one by the shirt, and I'm like, "You're my prisoner." I took one as my prisoner.
They definitely take it serious.
It was fun. There were times where that was a lot of fun at times.
At the cemetery thing, when they kept talking and it was all skewed, we don't like the North. They would say stuff, and then the crowd would be like, "Yeah," and I'm in the crowd, and I'm just thinking to myself, "Come on, guys, haven't these wounds healed by now?"
Right.
Yeah.
But can't we all just agree to disagree?
Yeah. One thing about being a civil reenactor, though, is in high school, you're like the youngest guy. I was like the youngest guy in the group, because most retired military guys. So there's one time we're doing Fort Anderson, and when we're attacking Fort Anderson, we're the Federal attacking Fort Anderson. Had to get up this big incline to get to the top of the fort. So they're like, "Charge!" And I'm like, "All right." So I start up the hill, and I'm just, we're like going up the hill and everything, and I get to the top and I raise the musket and I'm like, all right, boys, I'm the only one here. And they all let out a volley, and I had to take a hit because I was like, clearly they got me. I'm standing up there by myself.
Was that like the average, or what was the average age though of like a soldier?
It's like 50.
I was gonna say that it's.
You mean during back then?
Back then, I mean.
There were some fighting who were like
16.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
the colonel of 26 North Carolina was only 21.
Yeah.
I think the youngest casualty was like 12 years old or 14 years old, but it's like a drummer boy. But you're not supposed to shoot at the drummer boy.
Don't
but
shoot
of course,
the drummer boy.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Man.
Well, so how does the reenactments
He was
work?
just dropping a beat.
So what they would do is, you sign up with a regiment, right? And it's your regiment.
It's like you drop those beats.
What are you even talking about? Dropping beats.
Would that not have been the greatest thing to say? I'm gonna drop your ass like you dropped those beats, boy.
I hope that's not what he told that poor kid right before he killed him. Anyway, it's a ton of. So you get hooked up with like a regiment or whatnot. I knew a guy who did it. We live here in Fuquay, so obviously there's like a Civil War reenactor like every 10 person, I think, 10th person. So anyway, I found a guy who was like really involved, and he got me involved. So you have to go, and they have a certain uniform that you get if you're playing. It's really easy if you're playing Federal because it is that uniform.
Yeah.
So you find a guy who makes it for you and everything, and then. But if you're playing like Confederate, every regiment had their own like color of gray because there was no like So mine was called the Richmond Depot Shell Jacket.
What?
Was that what you called it?
That's what I called it. I got it in the car. I got it after the show. If you stick around, I'll show you some of the stuff.
Was it in Wanderer?
Oh yeah.
It was in Wanderer, and it got ruined in Wanderer,
No.
but I still have it.
You were saying that stuff was like super, super uncomfortable though.
It is very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It is very uncomfortable. But I remember one time we were playing. I was doing a Federal soldier at Warm Springs, Virginia, and I have a feeling they call it Warm Springs because it's hot as hell. And it was like 90-some degrees, and I'm staying in a blue wool uniform. In the middle of July, and I thought, I'm going to die. And I had on, underneath you wear this white muslin shirt. That's actually very comfortable. But mine was like see-through because I was sweating so bad. And we had to do a battle. That's another thing. The gun, the musket, the more you fire it, it gets to the point where you can no longer hold it because it's so hot. And there was one particular instance that when I was doing the Bentonville battle, I went to go pour my powder into the top of the barrel, and the gun went off because the powder hit the barrel, and it was so hot it ignited in my hand, and I was like, "Oh,
Jesus!"
That's funny.
But if it had been a ball in it, I'd blow my fingers off.
Yeah.
It's one hot barrel.
That really shows the perspective. It gives you that perspective of what they went through.
Yeah. That's what
things you don't think about.
It is very interesting. Like when I started doing that, I had like a newfound respect for. I had found respect for people how they lived back then because
it must have been miserable.
It was miserable as hell. Yeah. Like I never had one night that I slept out in the woods doing that I was like, that was a good night. I really got a good night's sleep doing that.
Yeah.
Like no, it was always waking up. Damn it, when is this over?
I wonder if the survival thing kicked in though, where it was like, any day I don't get killed is a good day.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess back then we don't know anything. Like they didn't have Motel 6, So like, I mean, like
they couldn't check it on Facebook, like
right? But
hashtag lived.
I'll tell you what, we ate good though. We had a commissary who would make like actual authentic food. He cooked everything over like fire and whatnot. That was good. We always ate real well. I'll say that. But yeah,
you told me you ate an onion one day.
Raw, whole like an apple.
Yeah, you sat there eating it.
Yeah. I also ate a beaver's tail once.
How was that?
Chewy.
Would that not be all like cartilage?
It was chewy. Yeah.
That was.
It was like a really.
That was
bad
just
tastes like
the
chicken.
belly.
Yeah, sure. It tastes like chicken.
Where did you get it?
What?
Where'd you get a beaver's tail?
Some guy. Listen.
Beaver.
Did you just kill a beaver?
No, the people. Listen. Some of the people who did this reenacting thing
Can a
are
beaver
like
live without a tail?
Yes.
This particular guy.
Yeah.
Maybe without the blood loss.
Yeah, if you did it right,
I'm telling you. Now, I'm not a normal person by any stretch of the means, but the people I did this reenacting thing with were very odd. And so, like one of the guys who did this, he when he went home from this reenactment, he didn't live much different.
Right.
And so he actually he would hunt and kill a lot of the food that he'd come, because we always do a reenactment on the weekend, and he'd always bring it like, hey, I shot me this over the week. I thought I'd bring it and share with you boys.
Skin up a beef.
So he was like, skin up a beef. I skinned me a beaver. I thought you'd love. He even hinted. He said, I want you to try. I thought of you when I saw that. I said, a beaver tail?
That should have been your nickname, like beaver tail.
Beaver tail bullock.
So I was like, oh, that's great. Thank you. But I think you would actually really enjoy it if you ever did it. It's a lot of fun. It is. Yeah. It can be. It's also very expensive.
Who determines who dies?
Okay, so that's a good question. So sometimes, depending on the size and scale of the battle, if it's going to be a grandiose show, you'll draw from a hat, and it'll have like a scenario that will play out for you. And like, you know that like, this is what happens to me. So like, for example, you'll get shot in the leg, right? But that gives like the medic guy was looking, and he'll come, and they've got these cloths with like blood already on it, and they'll tie it up, and they'll be sure to cart you by the audience, and you're going, oh god, like the whole time, it hurts so bad. Why was I out here?
Did anyone ever like break and like go rogue? It was like, no, I'm not dying.
Yeah,
and just like grab.
It would have that. It would have like, I remember one in particular. He was supposed to break from formation, and the captain was going to shoot him.
Yeah, and he didn't.
And he did it. Like it was just somewhere in the battle, and he's just like, I'm not going any further. And he turns and runs, and the captain goes, bam! And he just went down when he heard the shot. It was the coolest thing. I mean,
someone who like disobeys
like they make
what
their own choice.
What they pull.
Right.
Like
why would they do that?
They want to be the hero.
I'm gonna win the battle by myself.
No, Confederates win this time.
Bayonet charge, kill everyone.
He just fixes bayonets on his own and just takes off.
He's gone.
Where the hell is he going?
Like Kill Bill or something.
But no, and another time they would tell you like, okay, there would be this guy. Now listen here, fellas. If you're standing in a group of 12 and a group of 30 shoot, you probably got killed. So you'd have to be like, okay. So that's why, like, when I did the Fort Anderson thing, when I was the first one to get to the top of the hill because the old geezers couldn't make it and they all fired, I thought I probably did get hit somewhere. So I went
probably
down.
did.
That's cool.
Early bird gets the bullet.
So that's how that works. What was the first strategy game you ever played?
I ever played. I don't know for sure, but I definitely remember sneaking onto my mom's computer when I was a little kid and playing Age of Mythology. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not. What's that like?
Have you heard of Age of Empires?
I have.
Okay, so it's like that. It's the same company, but it's like Greek gods and goddesses and like Egyptian gods and goddesses. So basically, you have like a Greek army with like hoplites, but you can have titans and crazy stuff like that. So I played that, and I remember as a little kid, like, this is cool, but I wish like I had huge armies. And then eventually I found Total War, and I was like, all right, this is going to be my game now.
I am impressed with the size and the scale that it's, because I got that Civil War game that you were playing, the Ultimate General one. And I used to have this old Civil War game a long time ago. Do you remember me playing that one? It was the History. It was the one the History Channel.
Yeah, it was by the History Channel.
Sucked.
Oh,
Yeah.
they made a couple, yeah.
Do you remember that
I
one?
love that one.
What?
The first-person shooter one?
Oh, no.
I played that one.
No, they had, the History Channel had, I always wanted that. I would hold it in GameStop and be like, no, but I never got it.
Yeah, my friend and I got that.
But you said you really liked it. Was it good?
It's been a long time since I played it, but I remember really enjoying it.
Well, anyway, History Channel put out a Civil War computer game that was like over-the-top view of the maps and the guys moving, but you only commanded like a regiment full of like 9 dudes at a time. So every regiment had like 9 guys in it. I was like, what is this?
That's a tiny regiment.
I was like, but they were like, on the box it said like, fight, battles in the Civil War. I'm like, 9 guys at a time? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we probably only handle that much.
They probably could. But that's what I'm saying, like Ultimate General, when you play that, like now it's like,
Oh, it's fun.
Jesus Christ. Like
Yeah.
you feel like you're like doing something.
Yeah, it's the scaling is, it's an indie game, so they sacrifice graphics, but the gameplay is unbelievable,
It
and the
is.
scaling is really cool.
Yeah, the graphics
And,
are not much to shake a stick at, but if you play the game,
have you done the historical battles?
Yes, I have. In fact, I was doing the campaign the other day. Ari was at a model shoot. She was doing some makeup, and I'm like, well, whatever. I'm gonna play this game. So they're all like taking pictures and whatnot. I'm over there playing Gaines Mill. Got my ass handed to me because I was playing the Federals and the Confederate. Have you done it as the Federal yet?
I don't think I've played that one yet. No.
Try it, dude. If you can do it, post it, because I don't know how it can be done. Because like the Confederates just swarm the area, and they even tell you at the start, like, "Hey, you're going to be outnumbered the whole time that you're doing. You're supposed to protect the flank." So anyway, like, but there was like so many daggum Confederates up there. I didn't have enough bullets to kill them all. Numbers just went, but it was a lot of fun. That's one you should definitely try. But I do enjoy that game. Have you ever played a game called Axis and Allies? It's a
yes.
Do you enjoy? I cannot get any of these people to play. I own this. This is why I wish you were around, because I have this game. I have like a really old version of this game in the box with all the pieces.
We can make an Orlando trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, come down and go to Disney World.
I've never been to Disney World. I've never been. I need to go.
It's fun.
I heard it's like
It's alright. It's fun.
Disney World's okay.
It's okay. I mean, overrated.
Did
you know that no one can die at Disney World?
That's impossible.
No one has ever died legally at Disney World.
Sounds like a challenge.
No, but people have actually died at Disney World, but they have contracts and doctors that are on staff that will take the body off of the site and then pronounce them dead.
That's cheating.
So that no one dies at Disney World.
He shakes his head.
I have friends that work
It's
there.
what Disney does and what it's just insane.
But yeah,
Shitty business.
Shitty business.
I said shady, but shitty is.
Shitty business.
Shady and shitty.
Disney's like Nazi Germany, but when you go, it's like a fun Nazi Germany, you know?
Fun Nazi Germany.
I almost got lost.
It's like you're actually German and not Jewish in this situation.
Yeah, and you're not at war.
Yeah.
How did you almost get lost at Disney World?
I saw an armadillo, which is the first and last time I've ever seen an armadillo.
I can't say I've ever seen one.
Yeah, and I ran down to get it, and
naturally,
you know about me that I'm horrible with directions.
Yes,
not just driving, like walking as well.
Yes, and
I ran up, I guess, the wrong flight of stairs, and the place we're staying at, it was just like, corridors of rooms, so everything kind of looked the same. And then I couldn't I didn't know where I was, and I guess I was with my grandparents, and I guess they thought that I had just went ahead to the car, because it was the day we were leaving. So they left, and then I went back, and the room was cleared out, and I was like, this isn't good.
This is not good.
I remember panicking, but I honestly don't remember how I got back, yeah.
Disney World, I think it'd be incredibly easy to get lost to do. It's so big,
It's huge.
You can get separated. Yeah. But hey, if think about it this way, if you got lost in Disney World and you had to spend the rest of your life in Disney World, I guess there's worse places you could spend your life.
Yeah.
It's amazing. If you go to Disney and you stay on a resort at Disney World, it's like its own world. Like the name Disney World is very fitting, because when you get out, then you start reading news stories like, another terrorist attack. It's like, I don't want to go, I want to stay in Disney World, because it's like this perfect little world that nothing bad happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something bad did happen to me, though, at Disney World.
Other than getting lost?
Yeah, I don't know if I told it on the show. It was when I went to the Pizza Planet, replica or whatever. Yeah. And it's like an arcade. And I got so many tickets, and then I brought it to the dude, and he took the tickets. He was like, okay, you have 300 tickets or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then I walked around to try to see what I would want to get for a prize, and I picked something out, and he was like, where are your tickets? And I was like, you just said I had 300 tickets. He was like, no, I didn't. And I was like,
he snubbed your ticket.
He was being an asshole. And then I guess another employee, like a female employee who saw it happen, told him to stop and let me get what I wanted to get. And then he was like, oh, I was just kidding.
Why do you want to keep the tickets?
Because he was an asshole.
Because it's Disney World.
Yeah.
If this makes you feel any better, they got rid of Pizza Planet. They named it something else.
It does make me feel better, because the Pizza Planet was such a letdown. It was nothing like in Toy Story.
Was it like a Chuck E. Cheese or something?
Not even. It was like a Pizza Hut.
A Pizza Hut.
It's like microwavable pizza.
Yeah. And there were very few games.
That is disappointing as hell because I love Pizza Planet. I've always wanted to go to Pizza Planet.
It looked so cool. Yeah. I remember because I was Toy Story was like one of my big things.
That's one of my favorite movies. Yeah,
and so I was so excited to go there, and then we found out that it was there, and then I remember going, and I was like, "This is so not." They didn't even really bother to do any of the aesthetics of it.
Yeah,
they had a crane game with the aliens in it, but they were just plush, generic aliens. They weren't. To be fair,
Sid went to Pizza Planet, so it can't be that great.
It looks great though.
Because Sid enjoyed.
Sid, the guy who tried to screw me over was like Sid.
But just a quick story about how creepy Disney World is. As long as you're not working there, it's pretty fantastic. But if you work there, the requirements and the things they tell you is just straight up creepy. Me and my girlfriend, we went the wrong way, and we went to like a working parking lot where like people who work there park. We didn't mean to go there, so you turned around. There was a sign that said, working parking. I forgot exactly what it said, but basically, don't enter if you're just here for a visit. When we turn around, the other side of the sign says, "Don't forget to smile."
Yeah,
it's just
that's weird. That's very weird.
Yeah, Richard used to work there.
We know.
My best friend used to work there, and I have a couple people working there now, like Leia Hernandez.
Yep,
she's working there now.
I heard that they pay horribly.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. The housing isn't that great. They lodge people in like sardines into these places.
I forget who it was. I think it was a YouTuber who was talking about it and said that it was like a big deal if they saved enough money to get like a pizza.
Yeah.
Like that's how badly they paid them.
Jeez. It's been a little better now, but it's still not livable wages.
One of the meanest ladies I've ever had the privilege of knowing in my life.
Miss Fuzzle.
You know what I'm talking about.
Miss Fuzzle?
That's not her real name.
I was going to say, that's not a name.
It was Miss Fussell. Yeah. And Miss Fussell, she was Cruella de Vil down there. And if you met the woman, she didn't have to act too hard.
Right.
Imagine.
She was killing puppies.
Yeah, killing puppies. Mr. Apollo, in your opinion, what would be what do you think is the toughest army that ever walked this planet? If you had any army to command that you wanted, what was the toughest army you think's ever graced this planet?
That's a tough one. I never really thought about that. The toughest army. I'm trying to think of like
the U.S. of A. That's true.
That's because World War II was happening, and we're like, we're not going to be involved, and all of a sudden, someone tried to bomb us. We're like, well, fuck you. We ended it all. We were like,
Trump's army is the toughest army.
I was going to say you can sacrifice, I guess, like in terms of like I guess weaponry can.
I'm just saying, like, in history, like, what was, like, probably, like, back in history, if you think of it, what was probably the most badass army?
Like,
if you had to Roman army.
Oh, they were pretty badass.
I would have to say the Mongols. I don't see because they're not exactly. I wouldn't say they're the toughest. It's just like they basically they had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of horses, and like they just overwhelmed everyone. It's just like
So if you go into battle with them, you pretty much know we're screwed, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. It's but I don't know if when I think toughest, I think of like an army that was outnumbered or didn't have a lot of chances, and somehow they became victorious of some sort.
Yeah, like 300 Spartans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good example. I guess Spartans and I don't know. I can't pick one. So.
But if you were a ruler and in command of an army, what kind of ruler would you be? Would you show mercy to the enemy?
Yes. Honestly, I would avoid war at all costs. It's amazing. Like, I'm into these battles and stuff, but I absolutely despise war. So,
maybe that's because you know of the gruesomeness of it and what it can lead to.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a good way to learn, like, after all the years of killing each other, you think at this point we'd finally figure out, like, let's talk things through and, like, not kill each other.
I did a movie, not to plug my own movie, but I did a movie called The Wanderer, and in that, I made that point that the villain in the movie, he just says it's human nature just to kill people. Why do we do this? He said, because I think we enjoy it. It's just in the human nature of it.
Someone made a great point. I forgot he's a YouTuber. He's like a big historical YouTuber. I always forget his name, but he was talking about how war actually makes mankind shine in a way, because that fear of losing and dying to someone else makes you want to craft new technology and the human spirit. So in a way, wars do have, like World War II, we learned a lot about. I mean, you talk about the Holocaust where they're doing disgusting human tests, but yet we learned so much about the human body. Not saying that was like justified, but like in things like tragic things can come amazing things out of it. So I don't know.
Well, the atom bomb was invented to stop that war.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, think about like we did end the war with it. But
it is
think
like
about now that we have this thing now.
Yeah, but like not to get too philosophical, but
let's do.
But that I mean that where better to realize how important peace is than in the middle of war. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we need more Cold Wars. It's like, war could happen.
I think we might.
Someone else,
I think you might get
really
that
happens.
actually.
I think we're gonna go. I actually don't.
I think you might actually.
I actually don't. I think we're gonna skip Cold War and
go straight to a hot war.
Yeah.
We're gonna warm it up a bit.
Just getting out here.
You might want to start playing Fallout because I think you're gonna be living it soon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good. I mean, it's a great thing I'm so good at the game. Then I'll be all right. Let's move. I thought this would be fun. The big thing now is alternative facts.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I love that, by the way, alternative facts. I posted on my Facebook, which got awkward, by the way. I said,
Oh, God, I read that.
hey,
That was
my
funny.
my latest film, Sideshow, got nominated for an Oscar. # alternate fact.
And people thought
my conservative friends wrote me and were like, congratulations
I know.
on your Oscar nod. That's huge. And I'm like, ooh, that's awkward because...
I thought, what better example of like who is getting alternative facts?
Exactly. I thought that was interesting. Like everyone who was in the know on that side, like they were all like, aha.
I laughed. Yeah.
I thought.
And then
I was like, huh.
yeah, and all my conservatives were like, oh, that's great. It's congratulations. And I had
One of the best parts was when you had to let them down.
Yeah,
it was a joke. Their responses were great because one was like, oh.
Well, he told me congratulations.
Congrats anyway.
On what? Anyway,
well told.
With alternative facts in mind, I thought it'd be fun to play a little game here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna Apollo here is gonna give us 4 things about him.
Mm-hmm.
One of them will be an alternative fact, and we'll each try to guess what his alternative fact is, and we don't know him from anything. So I think this will be a lot of fun. So, Apollo, what are
His name is
4...
Pixie Poo.
Pixie Poo.
That could have been a question.
Pixie Poo. Pixie Poo, what are 4 things about you that you'd like to tell us?
Okay, so I'm thinking of facts that are kind of weird.
Okay.
Just so, like each fact would sound strange that you won't be able. Because if I say like, I like waffles, and then say something outrageous.
I don't think he likes waffles. I think
Lie. Alternative fact.
alternative fact.
So 4 facts, right?
Yeah.
1 being false.
Yes.
Okay. I gotta think of the good. Oh, there's a siren going by. Hang on, I'm gonna mute my mic.
He's practicing lying right now. Oh wait, can he still hear me?
What do I tell these people?
I'm gonna tell them that I am a woman that I'll never know.
Oh man.
Born a woman.
Oh yes.
That'd be crazy. Okay. So my height, I'm 6'6",
Jesus.
and I was born
Put this down.
in Detroit, Rock City.
Mm-hmm. Rock City.
Rock City.
I was gonna play. I was gonna play golf in college, and
Golf's a very strategic game.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Audrey played golf.
But that hesitation, though.
yeah, and oh man, okay, I gotta think of another fact here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lie.
It's all lies. Golf.
Well, while you're thinking, do you want us to
Okay, go ahead.
deliberate what we think? Because
Okay, so
6'6" is it's one of those heights where it's like that's pretty tall, but it's not.
That's
insane.
pretty damn tall.
But it's not insanely
How
tall.
tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
I'm 6
almost.
foot.
Really?
Yeah.
But see, 6'6"
I'd be looking up at him.
6'6" is within like the realm of reality.
Yeah.
You know, playing golf.
The way that he said it, though, he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to play golf in college."
Maybe I've already said my lie, and now I'm looking for an outrageous fact.
He's looking for an outrageous truth. I think he might have already.
Oh.
Hey,
who knows?
Can you imagine though a 6'6" golfer
Yeah.
From Detroit.
from Detroit?
Is that where it was?
He's from Detroit.
Oh, you know what? I don't know how I forgot about this, but I actually figured this out recently, but I can trace my ancestry back to related to Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Hey, that would fit with the height.
And I look in the mirror and I'm like, hey, put a mole right here.
You know what? He does look like Abraham.
I can see it.
You want to avoid theaters.
Yeah, that's sick as fuck.
Abraham at Woodstock or something.
Do not go to any theaters and do not sit in the
I'll try to avoid that.
Woodstock Lincoln.
All right, so I believe him on the Lincoln thing. Look at the guy. I believe him on the
So
Lincoln
then that
thing.
6'6" thing would go hand in hand with that.
So it's either golf or it's Detroit.
I'm voting golf.
I don't think. See,
Let me ask you. I'll settle.
I don't think anyone
I got
from-
a question that will settle it.
yeah.
Are you a Kid Rock fan?
God, I was when I was a little kid.
So
And
he might be
I
from
grew
Detroit.
up.
I don't know.
He might be. Your brother he grew up.
Kid Rock wants to be from the South. Let's be honest.
But he always says Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, but look at him.
Okay.
He looks. Yeah.
Is someone from is golfing something someone from Detroit would do?
See, that's where I'm.
What year did you move to the South? Like, how old were you?
I was very young.
What
Okay.
college did you go to?
What college?
Yeah.
I went to a small college called Georgia Gwinnett College.
Georgia. That's Augusta. He might be a golfer.
All right.
Oh,
He might be a golfer.
snap, crackle, and
Or did you say you were a golfer or thought about being a golfer?
thought about.
I thought about playing in college.
Oh, okay. So,
Down there, he might have thought about winning a green jacket. He might have said, "I look good in green. I want to win that jacket." And then-
I also thought about me walking on the moon, but I don't think that's happening.
All right, so cast your votes. Cast your votes. We got one for the golf.
No, wait, changing my vote.
What did
I
you-
think he's 6'5".
okay.
Oh, he just fudges it 1 foot.
My
1 foot? You mean 1 inch?
1 inch.
yeah.
I'm actually 5 foot
5'6".
too.
I think I'm going to go with the height. I think the height is the alternative fact.
All right, so what? We got 2 heights.
Yeah, 2 heights.
All right, 2 heights. I'm gonna say.
You should say golf.
I'm gonna say. All right, I'll say golf. All right, so I'll say golf. I don't think he plays golf.
I'll say Detroit just because.
Detroit.
Just
Okay,
because
so we got 2 on the height. We got 1 on Detroit. We got 1 on golf. What is it?
Okay, so I think my acting skills are getting pretty good because it's the Abraham Lincoln one.
Oh my God! Did anyone see that coming? Oh my God! We've been hoodwinked.
I've been gypped. I feel
I
hurt.
can't say that I'm not because I don't know for sure, but I can't say that I am.
Okay.
Oh,
Damn.
man alive.
So 6'6", pretty cool.
But just think about that. A 6'6" golfer from Detroit.
That is
Wow.
an impressive
That's
story.
that's a pretty good resume right there.
9 inches taller than I am.
It would have been a great storyline, but I just got burnt out. I played in high school, and my senior year, I was like, I'd rather not do this forever.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on. I can't believe that. Congratulations. Well done on that. Well
You
done
win.
on
You
that.
win.
I mean, because none of us saw that coming.
Dang.
But moving on. I've been making some poor choices lately, and Paulo, let me know if you've had this thing. But the other day, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but it was lunchtime. Everyone else had gone off and left me alone. I don't know why.
That's when you're most
They
vulnerable.
went to Golden Corral.
That's
And
right.
you were going to go and get something healthy.
And then guess what happened? Taco Bell was on the way, and I thought, you know what? It's been a long time since I'd eaten Taco Bell.
I thought you were going to say it's been a long time since I had explosive diarrhea.
Well,
Since my rectum's been intact.
this is how I want to spend my afternoon. I think I'll eat a Taco Bell by now. So I pull into the drive-thru and they've got the box thing. I usually just get the box because it's $5. You know, it's like a little surprise. You open it up, you're like, oh, look what I got. But so they had this thing in the box.
It's a little surprise even when you know what you're ordering.
That's right. Yeah, they had this thing in the box. It's called the Naked Chicken. Apollo, have you heard of this?
I have not heard of that.
Okay, well, listen. Let me spare you. Let me spare you and all 10 people listening to this what this thing is. Okay, so basically, they fry a piece of chicken into the shape of a taco. Okay, they fry a piece.
Keep talking.
All right, they fry a piece of chicken into the shape of a taco, and they put like lettuce and tomato and cheese in that, and they're like, here you go.
Yeah,
lunch. And so I'm like, I order one of these. I get it, it's in the box. And so I ate it last. So I ate the soft taco and I ate the Dorito taco, and then I get down to this thing and I'm like looking at it a while. It takes me a moment to eat it, I'll admit. Yeah. I'm like looking at this. But I've eaten beaver tail, as I said before, so I'm like, I'm going for it.
Right. My thing with Taco Bell is like, why don't you perfect the taco before you start trying to reinvent it?
Right.
They're still struggling on just taco.
Actually, with an asterisk next to this thing, I saw that Taco Bell has become the healthiest fast food chain in America. Now, what does that say about American fast food chains? I don't know, but I just know that out of them, it's the healthiest.
And then a couple years ago, it was this grade level above dog food.
Yes, so they've turned it around.
Well, do you remember they had that big scandal with they didn't know what their meat was?
They had no idea. Yeah. They had no idea what was in it. So anyway,
you know why it might be the healthiest is because I don't think they do fries.
No, they don't.
They don't order. They don't give you the fries.
That could be true because I've heard that fries are the most unhealthy thing at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at the calories on the actual burger, it's not terrible.
But then the fries.
If you had the fries,
the sodium level, holy crap!
Yeah.
It's the like the oil they use, like cheap, like terrible oil, and then there's a lot of carbs and
that's why it
potatoes.
So good.
It says carbs. Yeah, cut off carbs.
I think McDonald's. I actually do think McDonald's has some of the tastiest fries. But anyway,
Andre's on like a one-woman war against carbs.
I
digress.
I digress.
Sugar.
Yeah.
I've not to change the subject, but I'm a big hypochondriac, so I am really careful what I eat, and I've been watching a lot of like vegetarian type documentaries.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the more I look into it, though, it's not meat; it's the carbs.
It's the carbs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's all carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because like carbs turn into sugar, and then there's a big like almost like conspiracy with the sugar companies, how they don't have to put the percentage of sugar in the label.
That's exactly right. John Oliver did a story on sugar one time, and you'd be surprised how much sugar is in just stuff you wouldn't think sugar is in.
Oh, it's in everything.
Yeah, you see people who think they're drinking a healthy like fruit smoothie.
It's got more sugar than Coke.
Yeah.
It's got like triple the amount of your daily tolerance of sugar. So
that is.
Damn.
And then, I mean, they put it in literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For what? What are they even? Why are they doing that?
Profit.
But why are the people who are making stuff wanting that?
Okay, so
Profit.
There is this.
Profit.
I think it's called the lipid hypothesis, where they're saying that fat was causing like heart attacks and stuff. So people created these low-fat products, and they taste like crap because you take the fat out. So to make them taste better, they put in sugar, and so that's not. In fact, heart attacks and related illnesses. More people are dying. Like it kept going up and up. So. Not to change the subject. That's just something.
That's what we do on this show all the time.
You're absolutely right, though, because like now, like the science is out. Like I was listening to an endocrinologist talk about it. Like you got to eat fat. The more you eat fat, the better your body is able to utilize the food that you eat. So you don't need all those carbs because that's just going to turn to sugar, and then you're just going to be incredibly unhealthy. And you're going to get diabetes. That's like
it's crazy. Yeah. I remember hearing like growing up how healthy milk was. And it was good for your bones. And then I heard that it was linked to osteoporosis.
Yeah,
I've seen that too.
I still drink milk every night. I love 2%. 2%.
You with your elitist milk.
My elitist milk. My 2% milk.
Gotta have the blue label.
I know. I go, where's the blue? Where's the blue?
I mean, you think about early man, it's like they weren't walking around eating wheat and just early man was hunting down, eating meat and occasionally picking berries and stuff, you know. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Isn't that what like paleo is?
Yeah,
it's just like what
the paleo diet,
like whatever's like naturally like what you can find in the water.
I heard a guy one time who was talking about that, and he was saying if you're ever eating a food that didn't exist 100 years ago, you probably shouldn't be eating it.
Yeah,
exactly. Just eat stuff that hasn't been messed with.
Yeah.
So we're saying it's not a good idea to eat the naked chicken. Basically.
But now McDonald's food never goes bad, so you can eat that whenever. That could last 400 years.
Yes, it could.
It's just gross.
I've never heard of that. The chicken taco.
But it reminded me. Do you remember we had a buddy in college?
Naked chicken.
Who?
Naked chicken.
Naked chicken.
Which is a taco.
Which is a taco.
I'm not just fucking with us now, aren't
I know. Why'd you call it? But anyway, we had a buddy in high school, KFC, who is also owned by the same company that owns Taco Bell. A couple of years ago, put out this thing called the Double Down.
The Double Down.
And it was a chicken sandwich with no bread. There was 2 pieces of chicken with the bacon in between it.
Yeah, and the chicken was in place of bread.
Right. Yeah. Now I don't remember trying this thing. I don't think I did try it. But our buddy created. He was so excited about this thing that he created a Facebook page for it,
counting down
the days every day. And then what was funny is that the day that it came out, he left school that day to go get him one.
Yeah.
He hated it.
Yeah. Well,
that's what was so funny. That he was so excited. He created a Facebook page, and then he was like, "I don't like."
I remember you got me to try the McRib, and I'm so ashamed of myself. I used to be in the club.
I forgot that I got you to do it.
I used to be in the club of people who didn't eat one. And then I lost that because of you.
You took his rib-ginity.
You did.
Don't.
Pop my
I might have. I don't remember though.
You pop my barbecue sauce.
Rib cherry. Now that's another food probably Taco Bell is going to come up with.
Rib cherry.
The rib cherry.
The rib cherry.
It's going to be another slushie.
I'm more of a Del Taco guy anyways. You know, if I had to pick between Taco Bell and Del Taco, I'd rather go to Del Taco.
We don't have
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever been to one. I don't think I've ever seen one.
We have a Tijuana Flats. That's a good taco.
Tijuana Flats.
Tijuana.
Yeah, if you guys had a Del Taco, I think you guys would agree, because I think it's still like fast food, but the quality is just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Most things can be better than Taco Bell.
Well, that's what I'm kind of wondering, like, how people go to Taco Bell just like they go anywhere, but is there really that many, like, is there that strong a Taco Bell fan base?
Yes, yeah, man.
Really?
When I was a little fatty in college, I was at Taco Bell like once a week.
Yeah. Well, there was a guy I know who was in the military, and he got out of the basic, and he said, I have to have Taco Bell. He said, that's all I thought about for 12 weeks.
Taco Bell.
So I was like, if you insist.
All right.
I guess.
If you insist.
Their big thing is like Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew's there. Yeah. I have a feeling the type of person who gets excited about Mountain Dew might get excited about Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And I feel like those things are actually like
linked
to a degree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say that they do a great job of advertising towards like the younger crowd, like, oh, play your games, get some Taco Bell, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, because they were giving away the PlayStation 4, and I remember for a while that's why I was eating it. I would go and I'd get because I was like,
you're like, go give me the thing because I need to go ahead and win the PlayStation.
I know. I would have her and be like, order a box.
It's sort of like like I remember like in the 90s there being like this image of like going to Taco Bell on your skateboard because you were so cool.
Because you were so cool. Yeah. So anyway, I just when I ate this thing, the one thought was going through my mind, other than the fact that I'm going to pay for this later. But like the one thing that went through my mind was, who in the boardroom said, I have the best idea.
Yeah.
We're going to make a taco from a chicken.
See, here's the thing.
We're gonna fry the shit out of this thing into the shape of a taco.
It doesn't surprise me that someone had that idea. What surprises me is that other people around him
didn't say "Shut up, Dan, you're an idiot." Yeah, you're an idiot. Get out of here, Dan. Speaking of idiots, great segue there, because actually, and no, we're not ready to do the Trump thing yet. But I was going down I-40 the other day, heading to Wilmington. I was doing a shoot, and this Nissan comes up flying on I-40, and
so there's a Nissan
Ultima. There's a Nissan Ultima.
I have the picture of this.
So yeah, get the picture up because I sent her a picture. So anyway, I'm going down I-40. I'm in the left lane. I'm already going fast, because it's me.
Hey, you live life in the fast lane.
I live life in the fast lane. So I was in the fast lane. I was already going fast. And then, but next to me was like a semi and some other cars, and there were some other cars in front of me.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Nissan comes up, and I'm like looking in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, holy crap, he's flying. But like, we're going to get around the truck, and I'm going to move over for him. He doesn't wait for it. He goes straight for the side of the road. Like, he's on, like, the side. Yeah. And he goes there. And like I said, I was already going kind of fast. And he flew by me like I was sitting still. Yeah. And he went by me, caught the grass, got back up onto the road, lost the car, rolled it 5 times.
Jesus.
And I was like, oh my God. So I'm like slowing down, and he's throwing pieces and everything. Golf clubs, in fact, came out of the car. So, show the picture. I sent her a picture of it. I'll let you, and then I'll hold it up.
God. Do we know what condition the guy's in?
So he got up and walked away.
He got up and walked away.
Somehow he got up and walked away. I'll try to show you.
Now that's a commercial for Nissan.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I see that.
That was bad.
So yeah, he got up and walked away. In fact, there was 3 of us. We all get out of our cars because he's laying. There's smoke and there's actually a fire. Yeah. But the trucker guy, he's like, "Don't worry about it. I got an extinguisher." So he came over with the extinguisher, and he put it out. But so the 3 of us guys were coming up, and I had bottled water because I was going to the chute. So I had a bottle of water. And I was like, if he is alive, I'm going to give him one. Yeah. So we're all preparing. We're like walking slowly. Like, we're all preparing. What are we going to see? And so we come around the corner. We're like, hey, are you okay, buddy? And he's like crawling out of the windshield. And he's like completely fine.
What was he saying?
Nothing.
He's in shock.
He was in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, I wanted to ask him, what the hell, man?
What the hell were you doing?
Where were you going so fast? But that was the craziest thing I had ever seen. But now,
I never get to see stuff like that.
Well, you know what's funny about that?
The day before, I was driving down to Wilmington to set up for the shoot, and an 18-wheeler drove off the road, drove back on, almost hit the car that was in front of me. They almost got into an accident. They blew their horns at each other, and I was on the phone with Justin, and I was like, Justin, this is insane. He's like, oh, man, I wish I got to see that cool stuff. The next day, he sees a car flip 5 times, and he's like, I don't want to see that again. I have to take work back. I'm so sorry.
As I was driving away, I thought of what I told her, and I thought I completely deserved that. I got what I asked for.
But as he's calling out, I'm sorry.
I feel responsible for what happened.
I did this to you.
So anyway, it has come to one of our favorite parts of the show. It's time for Ross's quiz. Apollo, are you going to participate in the quiz? It's just 5 questions. Ross has come up with. He tried to do these impossible quizzes. I've never won one.
This one's not super impossible. This one, in honor of our guest, it's going to be about battles and like military history and stuff like that.
I'm going to lose again.
Yeah.
Is it 5 questions again?
It is 5 questions.
We only do 5 questions.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Question number 1. In the Battle of Marathon, the Greeks, who were, by all accounts, were the most likely to lose, beat the Persians and won the battle. A messenger then ran to Athens non-stop, delivered the news, and then dropped dead of exhaustion. How far did the messenger run? Did he run?
Oh, oops, I forgot it was multiple choice.
He's already looking down. Does he know the answer? I was like, he didn't even, he looked.
I wrote it down too.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like, he looked down.
Okay. Did he run 32 miles and 421 yards?
I would have died there, yeah.
Did he run 26 miles and 385 yards? Did he run 23 miles and 211 yards? Or did he run 14 miles and 82 yards?
All right. Say those one more time.
Okay. 32 miles and 421 yards, 26 miles and 385 yards, 23 miles and 211 yards, or 14 miles and 82 yards.
Don't copy me.
I'm not going to copy you. I know you don't know it.
This is
I
also.
wish I could copy him.
This might give it away, depending on how well you are in, when it comes to.
No clues.
Okay. No
clues. You guys are gonna you'll be pretty upset if once he tells you, because this is a cool story.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. All right,
continue. I'm ready.
Everybody got their answers.
Okay, let's go with Audra first.
I said B.
B. 26 miles, 385 yards.
Yeah.
Okay, Justin, what did you do?
I said I want to change. I said
No.
You can't change your
All
answer.
right. I said B.
Okay.
I said B as well.
All right, so we got 3 Bs.
Okay.
B.
It is B.
Yes.
Everybody got that right.
Yeah, it's 26 because a half marathon is 13.
Okay, well, boom! Well, that was going to be the clue.
Yeah, because I was like, that's just a marathon.
Yeah.
Others. Yeah.
Okay, well,
This guy ran a marathon and he died.
that's where the word
That's
marathon
where-
comes
Marathon.
from.
Yeah.
That is really neat.
Yeah.
As soon as you said marathon, I was like, yes, because you said something
Apparently we
before
know
that. I was like,
marathons.
I don't.
yes.
Battle of Marathon, yeah. He said like, I forgot what he said exactly, but he was like, Greeks
should've let him change the
victorious
answer.
and just died.
Yeah. It was like, yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's some dedication.
At
right
least
there.
he died knowing they were victorious.
He
right?
not only did he die knowing he died knowing he got the message to them.
He did.
He was like,
Can you
"Hey,
think
I'm
about
good now."
Yeah, can you think about when he finally comes in? Do you think he knew he was going to die when he ran into the room, or he's just like, "Wait a minute, before I go, I got to tell you this one thing."
Well, wouldn't it be funny if like he got to like the gates of like wherever they are and just knew he was about to die and just screamed it, "We won!" and then
Yeah.
just dropped.
I think it was because
maybe they should have given him some water first.
just
before
because he ran for 26 miles and then he just stopped and his heart probably just.
Yeah, everything
Rupture.
probably just stopped on.
People run marathons all the time.
Well, that's
Well,
because
they
they trained
trained
for
for
it.
it.
Yeah.
This guy didn't train
They were
for
just
it.
like, go.
He's a messenger. He should be ready to run 100 miles if they ask him. All right, what's the next question?
All right, question number 2. Which one of these key figures in World War II had a nephew who was enlisted in the United States military? Was it Adolf Hitler's nephew, Benito Mussolini's nephew, Winston Churchill's nephew, or Joseph Stalin's nephew? One of these guys' nephew
All right.
was enlisted in the U.S.
All right.
Army. Well, the U.S. Navy, I believe,
In
actually.
the U.S. Navy.
Let's say U.S. military, because I'm not 100% sure. I think Navy, though.
This one doesn't have a keyword in it like marathon.
I know, right?
Nope.
Okay, so what are they one more time?
Is it Adolf Hitler's, Benito Mussolini's, Winston Churchill's, or Joseph Stalin's? Is it Joseph or Yosef?
Yosef.
Okay, it's spelled like Yosef.
Wouldn't that be
Joseph
funny if
Stalin.
the leader of that, Joseph?
I'm Joseph. Yo, I'm Joey Stalin.
I'm Joey Stalin, yo.
What a great rap name. though.
Joey Stalin.
Okay, do we have... Alright, is everyone answered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go in the reverse. You want to start off, Apollo?
Sure. I feel like this is like a trick question.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Hitler thing might be a good.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so you're going with Hitler.
I'll go with Hitler. Sure.
Okay.
I said C.
See? Okay. Justin?
I'm going with Joey Stalin.
Okay.
I
And
said D too.
it was actually Adolf Hitler.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm a terrible test taker though. So
It
You're
was,
2 for 2.
It
Two
was
for two.
William Hitler. You guys should look up him. He looks like Gomez Adams. He looks just like Gomez Adams. It's weird. Okay, we ready for the third one?
Third question.
Okay. During the Sengoku Jidai, the son of the Matsudaira clan was abducted by the Oda clan to be used as leverage in the ongoing war with the Imagawa clan. In an attempt to ensure his son's safety, what did the head of the Matsudaira clan do? Did he surrender to the Oda clan? Did he send Hattori Hanzo, famous ninja, to go retrieve him? Did he offer up 80% of the Matsudaira territory, or did he just tell the Oda clan to kill his son?
Ooh, that would have been hardcore. Kill the bastard. He got caught. No son of mine would get caught.
Don't put that.
Why not? Oh, how do you know?
Don't put that.
This is something I actually did know, because I just really... the Sengoku Jidai is really an interesting
See,
period.
like, I should know this because, like,
I don't even know. I didn't even know the word Sendoku Jidai.
I think it translates to... I think it translates to the Warring States period.
The Warring States period.
Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, actually, I have.
Okay, well, there you
I
go.
actually have.
I just did the fancy version.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay,
don't remember what you said.
okay. The answer... The potential answers. Did he surrender to the Oda clan? Did he send Hattori Hanzo, the famous ninja, to go retrieve him? Did he offer up 8% of his territory, or did he just tell the Oda clan to kill his son? Alright, we good? Alright. You want to just go back this way now?
Sure.
Alright, Audrey, what's yours?
I said D.
D. He told him to just kill my son. Okay.
I also said that.
I said kill the fucker.
All right, and Apollo.
Yeah, I said the same thing because they had a big like honor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm thinking.
He did.
Yup. Yup.
You want to know the story behind that? I know I'm not like a historian, but I know a little bit about it. One of the cool things about it was he was doing an alliance with the Imagawa clan, which was fighting the Oda clan. And when the Oda took his son, the reason why he said that, he didn't say it just because he didn't care or because he was trying to be tough. It was actually the most strategic thing he could do, because he basically told them, if you don't kill my son, then I win. If you kill my son, that'll prove to the Imagawa how loyal I am to them, and all you'll do is just strengthen now two enemies. So they had no idea what to do, so they actually just never killed him. So he and his son ends up becoming, I believe, Ieyasu Tokugawa, which is the last shogun and the unifier of Japan.
Yeah.
That is a good kung fu movie.
Wow.
It's
The
great,
Shogun
isn't it?
Assassin.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the son who's like, Dad, what the hell?
Yeah.
You told them to kill me?
That's like the story of Abraham, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like, I want to kill you, son, because God said so, and then they're like, never mind, psych. He said no.
Well, one of the funny things about it though is they had him, and they knew that if we kill him, we're going to strengthen them, but if we give him up, we're not going to. So they literally just held this kid at like a temple for like 18 years of his life.
Dang.
And he just lived there, and I think he just like learned and got educated.
It's kind of
and
like
stuff.
Theon Greyjoy in Game of
A little
Thrones.
bit, yeah. It was
kind of
like
like
that.
a Stark's prisoner, but he just ended up like
Yeah,
befriending
you
him.
could. I mean, they could. I would have just tried to brainwash him, try to get him to join the other side.
Yeah.
Well, I think what ended up happening is when it finally got time for him to be let go, he went back to his clan and just rallied them up and just went right back into Oda territory and started to fight with them.
Good.
Yeah.
But
good.
another interesting thing, not to go too much on a tangent with this, but I don't know if any of you have heard of Oda Nobunaga, but he's known as like one of the strongest samurai. He is the son of the people who did this to the other son, and they fought, and then they got to a certain point where they were like, we're the leaders of our respective clans now. We don't really have that big of an issue, and they ended up becoming partners. And then that's one of the reasons why they were able to unify Japan, because they had this strong force now.
Damn.
Okay.
What's question number 4?
Question number 4, I'm moving into fantasy battles now.
Woo!
Okay.
Number 4.
In the Battle of Pelennor, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's from Lord of the Rings. Pelennor Fields, sorry. In the Battle of Pelennor Fields, who stabs the Witch King with a special enchanted blade? Is it A, Bilbo, B, Frodo, C, Sam, or D, Merry? Now, Justin, you've watched these. Do you remember who killed the Witch King
I don't remember this.
at all? I don't know. Well, maybe this is only in the books.
Please say the answers again.
Is it Bilbo, Frodo, Sam, or Merry?
Bilbo,
You don't even
Frodo, Sam, or Mary. I'm thinking about which name sounds really stabby.
Which one of those people would stab someone if you heard the name?
Mary.
I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings.
I don't either.
Except that there's a ring and a dragon.
Apollo, can I ask you? This is not for points in this quiz, but why didn't they use the eagles just to fly to the mountain?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something I thought about that too, and the eagles are their own race. They're not like domesticated animals that they just can use whenever. So I don't know if they would even want to do that.
Right.
And also, it's being watched by the Nazgul, so they could easily, with the foul beast,
Just
they
see
could
it
easily
coming.
defend against the eagles.
I also heard too that maybe the eagles could become corrupted too.
Yeah, because they're like they talk. They're basically humans but giant eagles. So that's what I think. I think it's just they're picky. I mean, they didn't even want to. If you watch The Hobbit, they help them. I don't know if you've seen the movies or read the books.
Yeah.
But they help them out of the burning trees from the wargs. But then they're like, "Can you fly us to the Lonely Mountain?" They're like, "Nah, you don't want to go."
You
to
get one travel voucher. You don't have enough points.
Yeah.
So did I say the place right? Is it called Pelennor Fields?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, everyone got their answer?
Got
All right,
it.
Apollo, why don't you tell us what you did?
I'm gonna go with Mary.
Okay, Ariana.
I said Frodo.
Justin.
I said Bilbo Baggins.
And I said Sam.
Well, it's Mary.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, once you said Mary, I was like, well.
Well, he knows.
Do you know what is not fair is that I have been taking this quiz since you started on the show.
Yeah.
I haven't got one right. He comes in the first time and he's going to get he's got 100%.
Yeah.
Right now.
One left.
Yeah.
One left.
No.
All right. Question number 5. In the Battle of the Bastards, Peter Baelish commands the Arryn forces who help sway the battle. Not only are they roughly 20,000 men strong, but they also have one other advantage. Is their other advantage that they're conditioned to fight in the cold, have superior weapons, possess magic, or they attacked without being seen?
Read that whole question one more time.
Okay. In the Battle of the Bastards,
Okay.
Peter Baelish commands the Arryn forces, or the Arryn forces, not the Arryn.
I made that mistake too.
They're all blonde and beautiful.
Yeah. The Arryn forces.
That was their advantage.
They sway the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are they roughly 20,000 strong, but they also have one other advantage. Is that advantage that they are conditioned to fight in the cold, that they have superior weapons, that they possess magic, or that they attack without being seen?
I'm trying to remember now how that played
I
out.
don't think you saw
I
it.
didn't see it.
I think I saw this one.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's Jon Snow's Big Bad.
I don't
Yeah, I
have
saw this
HBO.
one.
No.
You were like, you gotta watch this.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm trying to think.
Oh, it's so good.
When you say attack without being seen, what exactly do you mean? Like they didn't see it coming?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Oh, okay.
Or, well, yeah, we can do that.
It was a surprise attack.
Well, okay. I feel like I screwed up the quiz now.
Everyone put D.
Okay. To make it fair, everybody remove D. It's not D.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay, then that
Alright.
solidified my other answer.
Conditioned to fight in the cold, they have magical powers?
They have
Magic, or they have
Magic on their side.
superior weapons.
They have superior weapons, or they possess magic.
I should have some salt. I could say salt and battery.
You're nuts. All right. I'm good. Are you good? That's good.
You got your
I
answers?
can't remember. I've seen this and I can't remember.
Oh, just put it down and get it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, at this point.
Okay, let's start with Audrey.
Oh. I don't know that I put the right letter to the right answer, though.
What did you say?
I didn't decide, so...
Did you just put a letter down?
No,
Yeah.
What letter did you put
I
down?
put B.
All
no,
right.
I was gonna say, but what do you think it is? If you don't know the
Magic
letter.
on it?
Okay,
All right.
Justin.
I said they had superior weapons.
Okay, Ariana.
I said A.
Okay, and Apollo.
I'm gonna go with superior weapons.
Oh, yeah.
It actually was that they were conditioned to fight in the cold.
Oh, crap, yeah. I got
Okay.
3.
It
Okay.
was being cold during that battle, though.
I'm gonna
His name was
protest
Jon
this.
Snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Protest. Fight. Help us.
See, I'm with you. I think it should have been D.
So the Vale is in the north-ish, so they do live in cold settings, but how is it an advantage when they're fighting northern houses?
Well,
Because everyone's conditioned to fight in the cold.
what I read was that they, because of where they are, it's the altitude, not so much the fact that they're just north. They're up in the sky,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
because of that,
See, I was thinking of, like, Lord Baelish when he showed up. And, like, his army, like...
crashed into that.
Yeah, his army was just like, hey, we're here. And it was like, you didn't tell us he was coming.
Yeah.
I was thinking they...
I got 2 right.
That's why
Surprise attack.
I know. That's why I removed
I
it.
think Apollo won.
Apollo did win.
I think he did. Yes.
I got
Yay!
Yeah, he
Okay.
won, definitely.
Good job,
First time on the
Apollo.
show. Congratulations, man. First time on the show. And then,
It's easy. No.
and then we come to the final part of the show. It's time for us to do the Trump check-in. That's right, the Trump check-in. And I want to focus on the important parts of what happened here. Is that immigration has been the big one that's come out of Trump land this week.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like we're gonna be paying for it.
Yeah.
No shit. Honestly, no shit.
Well, you know what was awesome? You know what was awesome is that
Right.
he told the Mexican president, like, well, you know, since taxes are going to be so high or whatever, you might as well not even come because you got so many problems in your country. You might as well not show up. And he said,
Okay. Yeah. I heard someone talk, I forget who it was, but someone was talking about this dude is kind of always spent his whole life bragging about what a great negotiator is, and the first negotiation he does, he completely fucks it up.
Yeah.
He calls someone and they just completely call it bluff. And what can he do? Once he did that, he just completely fucked up the first negotiation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say negotiation.
Negotiation.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we're gonna get the Great Wall of Trump. And,
he knows that there's already a wall, though.
There really is.
Like, I don't think he's been
but it's
there.
not Trump's wall.
Yeah, but it's the wall that he said he's going to build, which his massive wall turned into a fence, which is already there.
You know what's interesting is that the base is in love with the guy. I don't know if you feel this way about it, but the base that is the Trump base thinks that he has done a great job so far because he's kept all of his campaign promises. So to them, you know, the immigration ban where a couple of guys who are going to be in the Oscars can't come.
That's true.
Were detained. People who had green cards were detained. Soldiers who fight on our side. Today, they were fighting today to retake Mosul. Mm-hmm. And those people who are fighting on our sides are basically saying, okay, now even though you fought for our interests, you cannot come over here.
Well, I wonder what you think. Do you think that all these people who support the ban are doing it from sort of ill-intentioned, sort of like bigoted, or do you think that they really are afraid and think that he's going to keep them safe?
I think that they are afraid because someone told me today, they were like, well, you know, I don't know how they were. Well, first of all, they said, I don't know how old you were, but do you remember 9/11? That's yes, I remember 9/11. I was in 8th grade.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Also, with the footage that was released, or that is still being released from the bombings and all that, it's kind of like whenever you know someone has lice, you don't want them to be around you.
Yeah.
But that's a bad way to look at it because you could help those people.
They are trying to get away from said lice.
They're trying to get away from the lice, but they keep putting them back in the infestation.
You have to stay in the lice.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we're gonna have to pay for the wall because the only way that he could get around that is by taxing what comes in from Mexico so much. And then two, I did not know this, but we actually give an allowance to Mexico every year. I don't know why we do that, but we do. We give an allowance to Mexico every year, and he said that he would take the difference of that out, so they would be paying for the wall.
Oh my god!
is how he could do that.
So the whole wall thing, my position on Trump is, I'm not going to be marching in the streets and protesting, but I'm kind of in the middle where, like, let's just see what happens. And I try to put myself in other people's shoes. The wall thing, I think, is a stupid idea because you can just dig a tunnel, go under it. I mean, like you said, there's already, like, a lot of fencing and walls. And so it's not really going to stop anyone. But it could give people jobs building it, even though it's,
Yeah, there was already a company in Mexico that volunteered because they're like, we're not stupid. We're going to get paid to build that wall.
Yeah. And if you could take Americans and give them a job, build this stupid wall, but then take that same team of people and then work on the infrastructure, because our infrastructure is terrible.
It is. It is.
So if we could keep using those people and giving people jobs and fixing the roads, and
when
I think it'd be all right.
And when Trump says things like he wants to fix infrastructure, a
lot of liberals are as well. Because Obama was trying to do that.
Yeah, so I agree. I agree with him. I don't think the wall is so much. But you see, to me, I don't think the wall is so much anything about immigration. I think the wall is simply Trump has to deliver on it because it was a campaign promise. So I feel like he probably is like maybe he even thinks, you know what, that wall is a stupid idea, but I got to do it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the wall has taken on this sort of like. It's like, for a lot of people, I feel like it's a big fuck you to other countries.
Yeah,
but I think it's also become a symbol because it will symbolize long after Trump is gone.
Yeah,
there will be the Trump wall. I mean, and I think that's what it's more about.
I think that's exactly why he wants to do it, because of the legacy thing. Like, he's so full of himself, and it's his brand, his name. He's like, when I die, that wall will still be there.
The Trump wall. It'll have his name.
But the world has a way of tearing down walls after people lose power.
The Great Wall of China is still there. I mean, it might be that the Great Wall of Trump remains forever.
Ew.
Will they call it the Great Wall of Trump?
Was the Great Wall of China
They call it small hands of Trump.
controversial thing when they
Hey, you know what? Apparently, it was built to keep out dragons, and Matt Damon fought.
Matt Damon helped out.
Oh god! You know, I was so excited for that movie when I first watched the trailer. I was like, "Oh right, we got like a Chinese historical big movie," and then I see Matt Damon. I'm like, "Okay, all right, maybe it's like." Some trader, he goes on these, he trades with China. And then they show monsters. I'm like, all right, thanks Hollywood.
I'm out.
It's offended a lot of Asian people because it's kind of like, we're going to have this great story, but of course the white guy's got to come help us.
Yeah.
The white guy's going to be the one to help and save everything.
Of course. That's what I thought when they put, why did they put Matt Damon in it? I don't know. He was available.
That Hollywood whitewashing that they do.
That's what Matt Damon. Have Jason Bourne fight some dragons.
Matt Damon was actually pretty upset that people were saying it was whitewashing because he was making some argument about it. I didn't really look into it, so I don't.
Well, I would imagine that if for the sake of the story, the guy who happens to
I think he's a traveling mercenary.
Yeah.
He goes around looking for war.
Yeah. So I mean,
a war to fight in.
But I guess I could see his argument or other people's argument of if you don't want that, then just write a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Hollywood's trying to really branch out to China because China's getting a big industry, and I think that's they put in the American just so Americans are interested, and then they have a China setting so Chinese are interested.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
China, you're absolutely right. China is starting to make films. In fact,
It's booming.
It is, and the Transform movie, the latest one, and the Ninja Turtles movie. I think China both had a lot to do with it, which is why there was a lot of influence.
Right.
And that they are starting to, and this all goes along with what China's gonna become the next world power. Do you agree? China will be probably the next world power.
I don't know. I don't even know these days. So.
I think so, but I think they are starting to get into the movie business, and it is going very well.
Where is China in terms of power though? They've definitely got the money, but where are they in terms of military? Or in terms of weaponry?
Not sure.
I don't think they're. I mean, they're powerful, but I don't think they're a world power.
Right.
I mean, even Russia, compared to the United States, I mean, we spend more money on military than all the other countries combined.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Someone told me one time they went and visited Russia, and they said Russia's stuck in the 80s.
I had a guy who went on he was a religious dude, went on a mission trip, and he said that people are just miserable over there.
Yeah.
They aren't happy.
It's legitimate issues, people waiting in line for milk, in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could do it.
Except for you and your milk, man.
Man, I don't know. I am serious about it, but there'd be a point where 2% milk's not worth this.
I was just saying, you'd be knocking old ladies over to get your milk.
Give me the milk! I don't get that way during the snow thing, though. I don't ever go after milk during the snow.
Because you already have it.
That's
true.
That's true. See, I'm prepared. I am prepared all the time. It took snow to get me that way. I remember when I was leaving work, they released us from work, RTP, all at the same time when the snow was coming. And I'm sure when you lived in Georgia, because I don't know if you get snow in Orlando, never. But I'm sure when you were in Georgia, if it ever did snow, it would freak out. Well, it's like that here in North Carolina. And so they released us all at the same time. Gridlock took me 5 hours to get home.
Yeah.
I'd almost would just stay.
No, not where I work. I just wouldn't do it. I mean, I'd have to get out of there.
Yeah.
God knows, 8 hours a day is
rough.
I work for the government. It's a miserable place. Anyway. But but back to what you were saying, that you're not a guy who goes and does the protests. I have said on this show many times I'm usually pretty critical of the protests. I saw another one. There was they were protesting the immigration thing, and they had Nancy Pelosi standing out there. Mm-hmm. And I thought, good, okay. Obviously, I don't agree with closing the borders off completely to these people.
Right.
But at the same time, I was like, why is Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats outside holding a protest and not inside voting and trying to stop this? And that was nothing. They said, we're going to protest and boycott Trump's picks. Why? go back inside there and vote against them.
Yeah.
Because I think you said on the show last week, they have been grilling these people constantly.
Yeah.
But they're not, but when it comes time to vote for them,
they vote.
They vote for
and they
like,
vote for them. And yeah, I agree with you. I would much rather just see them vote against than protest even showing up.
Yeah.
I get why they're doing that, though. I mean, it is kind of funny to see all the conservatives all of a sudden saying this is like, unacceptable behavior when this is what they've been doing. But
well, it's just like when Obama got into office and he started signing the executive orders.
Yeah.
What they tell him?
Yeah.
That's executive overreach.
Uh-huh.
Trump signs
I think he was doing 2.5
a day, and he
was
holds them
averaging
up.
2.5 a day.
I love that he holds them up
1 week.
I'm so proud.
It's a bit strange that he holds them up.
You know what though? He can't read, so he has no idea what he's signing. So he signs it, and they're like, "Okay."
I tell you what, he's got a very nice signature.
Does he?
Have you seen mine?
Oh, yeah.
It's just scribbles.
It's not his penmanship.
Yeah.
It's really.
I had someone give me
Mine's
a
pretty
reason
bad.
for mine though.
Mine is terrible. Let me see if I could do one. Hold up for you.
Someone like.
I already can tell you because whenever I'm writing, when you get the
Swear to God, he
bill,
just tests pens.
when you
He's just like,
when you get the
It
bill
works.
at the end of the day, when they bring you the check, and
Yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
sign the thing. I'm always just like,
Most people are.
what
What were you going to say?
see if you can see that signature. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, that's pretty much my.
Yeah, I'm
I
always
could care
just,
less.
I have a terrible one.
I got 2 S's in mine, and 2 S's back to back looks weird.
Yeah. It's just scribbles.
Yeah, just scribbles.
Yeah, I just write the first letter of my name and then scribble.
Yeah.
And then my last name, the first letter, scribble.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
exactly.
I have a terrible. I've never had good. They say that actually I'm right-handed, but they say that I hold the pen like I'm a left-handed person. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I've always just held it like
You just
that.
don't know how to hold pens.
I guess not. I guess I just don't know how to do it.
Is
How
it
do you
true?
hold a pen like a left-handed person?
Like, you know how left-handed people, they kind of curve?
Yeah.
Well, I do that, but I'm doing it right-handed. Like I curve around. And I write with
I heard that they're. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that they're not even teaching cursive anymore.
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm. Apparently not. Yeah.
It's like a dead language.
Yeah.
Dick cursive.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah, I pretty much never used it. The only time I had to use it was on the back of the SAT when you have to rewrite that paragraph in cursive.
I found letters written in cursive, and I'm just like, God, what the hell is
This
this?
ancient
I was
text.
gonna
It's
say,
such a-
Apollo, have you ever seen old writings of Revolutionary War soldiers and Civil War guys, what they used to write and how it looked and how unlegible it really kind of is? Like, you ever go to the museums and they got the old letters on display and you're like, oh, let me see this. Like, because
you gotta squint at it.
Because if you go to Virginia Military Institute, Stonewall Jackson has a big display there. And they've got a lot of his notes on display, along with his horse. They stuffed it. Anyway, you're looking at... It's like to me, when I saw it, I was like, either the man could not write, or it's just so good I can't read it. I don't know which one it was.
There's a part-time doctor.
Could you imagine being the loved one getting that and being like,
Are you dead or alive?
This is the last thing they ever said. I have no idea what they're trying to say.
When I saw it, I was putting myself
I hope it was something nice.
in the position of a colonel. And orders have just come in from General Jackson, and it's important. And I take it, I'm like, oh no, I don't know what he wants me to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have any clue what he wants me to do.
That's when you get a second opinion. Like, what do you think he was saying?
Hey, you. What do you think he meant here?
Just go for
That's
it.
why Gettysburg was lost.
Right.
They had a great plan, but no one could read it.
I think this says charge.
Robert Lee sitting there going, what are they doing? I wrote it clearly. Clearly, I wrote it. What are they doing? Yeah. Man, Gettysburg. You ever been there?
I have a huge long list of bucket lists of things I need to visit.
Gosh, yeah. You need to go on a battle tour.
I mean, in Georgia, I've been to a couple. We have a really cool Civil War museum, but yeah, I need to go kind of in around that area because that was where a lot of the major battles, like Shiloh and
Yeah, Shiloh's a good one. Shiloh's a good one. Yeah, if you live in North Carolina, it is easier to get to a lot of them because a lot of them were fought just
around that area.
that area, just north there. So we've been to a ton.
Yeah.
And
I really
Gettysburg,
liked Antietam.
Antietam was really
That was my
cool.
favorite.
That's really
The
cool.
bloody cornfield.
The bloody cornfield. Yeah, that was really cool.
And you got to go at the same time when the battle is fought. That way, if it's winter, you really feel the winter setting, you know.
That's what it was like the Fort Fisher time when it was sleeting. We went and did the anniversary battle of that the second time, because Fort Fisher was attacked twice. It was actually attacked on Christmas Day, and they repelled the attack, and then a few weeks later they attacked it again, and that's when it fell. And it was just so cold, and I was like, it must have been absolutely miserable fighting this. But I guess when you're at the moment, you don't think about how cold it is. I guess in the moment.
That's when you start like gripping that part that you were talking about.
Oh my god!
Yeah. They're just firing it just to stay warm. They're not even like they're just firing to the ground.
Why is he shooting so much? I'm just so cold. There's a really cool story. I don't know how true it is. It's one of the in the Civil War. There's a lot of like urban legends and things like that. But there's one in particular, and I'll end the show on this. I think we've got.
How do we get back to the Civil War?
I love it.
I know.
I finally get to talk to someone who will appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Anyway, there's a story. I don't know how true it is, like I said. I'll end the show with this, because I think we've gone on. Is when the Union took Fort Fisher, they went into the fort to inventory it, see what they had, check it out, and that kind of thing. It is said that one guy went into a room, and it was very dark. And he said, hey, can someone light a match? I can't see anything. And when they lit it, they were in the gunpowder room, and the entire room went up because it had all the fumes of the gunpowder and whatnot were still kind of going through the air. And it is said that he took the whole side of the fort up with him.
Maybe
it's an interesting story.
The dude who farted was just trying to reenact that.
It's an interesting story, but I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a funny story.
Because who would hear him say, does anyone have a
That's what I said. When I was told the story, I was like, well, who told me?
Tell no tale.
I'm about to say, well, who told the story of that idiot? You know? It seems like as time has gone on, that's one that may have been exaggerated.
Could be.
Yeah, I heard a story about, you ever hear the hooker story? About, like, prostitutes are called hookers, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the story where these girls would, like, follow around, like, General Hooker. And someone would be like, who are those girls? And they're like, those are hookers. No. I found out that's just a made-up story. They used the term before the Civil War.
Yes.
Speaking of made-up stories, I'll tell this one more reenacting story. Is we were at Appomattox Courthouse, and there's a story that I heard that that night, during the camp, they used to patrol the area, right? They used to have someone kind of walk around, make sure no one stole anything in the camp or whatnot, and no one messed with the camp. And there's a guy, and it's cold, and it's windy, it's in April, and a guy is coming out of the graveyard with a lantern. He's got his frock coat on, and the wind's blowing, and he comes to the street, and he's waiting to cross the street to go to the other side, and you see a car coming, and he's like, all right, I'm going to wait for the car to go by, and then I'll cross the street. Mm-hmm. So he's standing there with his lantern, frock coat, Civil War outfit, at the edge of the graveyard. The car comes up, headlights hit him, the car slams on brakes, slides, turns around, and heads back down the other road, thinking that they must have seen a ghost. And it was just this reenactor. So somewhere out there, someone is going, hey, you'll never believe what I saw at Appomattox.
I've kind of got a funny story about that, too, if you want to hear it.
Go ahead.
I took an acting class, and my acting teacher's husband worked in technologies for medical fields. And so what he had was really, really lifelike body parts that the students were supposed to, it had like sensors and stuff so they could train on it. He had it in this metal case, and this is like, I guess like, it was so expensive that it was insured because it was, it's like super, super high tech. Mm-hmm. And one of the guys he worked with had it in the back of his truck and stopped for some gas, and some people stole it because it looked really like, it was like a big, safe-looking thing. And it was like, he was really upset because it was this expensive thing, and he called the cops to try to see if they could help try to find it. A few days later, they came back and they said that they found it. Someone had opened it up, did not know that it was replicas, thought they had just opened up a box full of body parts, and got so freaked out they just threw it like down in some ditch and took off.
We just robbed some serial killer, man. That is funny. Well, what a show tonight. Good show. Apollo, thank you for being with us tonight.
No, thanks for inviting me. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll have you back maybe sometime soon.
Yeah, anytime. Just let me know.
All right, we'll do. This has been Shooting the Bull. I'm Justin.
I'm Ross.
I'm Ariana.
I'm Audra.
All right, we'll see you back here next week.